What's up, one ladies? My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If now Deku had armor fishman's kick of the darkness power. So, yeah, this will be the little bit of a darkest moment things in Zuko history stuff, but not as much as I was expecting. So, are you guys expecting? So, without further ado, and yes, I am adding Izumi into this what if so that because it's part of the script that's in my head right now because now, without further ado, let's jump right into the what if. So, Zuko and Izumi been born, and of course, yeah. Sorry, I just had to itch my tongue real quick. And Zuko was born with a quirk, so yeah. But it got stolen when, yeah. So, at age of 4, Zuko and Izumi went to the quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor tells Izumi that she has a quirk, and her brother doesn't have a quirk, because his quirk was stolen. Zuko's quirk was stolen by the quirk doctor. So that because after they left, they abandoned him so that they don't see him or they will never want to see him ever again. As Zuko's, was quirkless, as he was in pain, as many shadows figures encoded his entire body. Honey, what I mean by that is basically imagine all of those people, or imagine all the darkness consumed him. Like, he would never be a same person ever again. As he wears a mask. Yeah, so he was only 4 years old. Or actually, yeah, when he was corrupted. So, time skip. During a time skip, Zuko killed every villain in the world. From Hero Killer Stain to, from Hero Killer Stain and every villain that was he never showed any mercy to anyone. as heroes are trying to figure out why the he as they they were thinking that maybe some random hub or like between at first, but then when they noticed the villains are starting to like disappear, yeah, as the only people that truly know who this person is the Quirk Doctor and All for One. The All for One. Yeah. Never anticipate that some kid could destroy the entire villains with just, yeah. So, yeah. So then, with that's going on, no one knows who the masked man was. So, All for One, or so Zuko was in control. You know how, like, anime characters have that number two personality? It has, like, voices that gives him, like, things. Well, he has one. That's her. Her name's Darkness. The Destroyer. She has a similar properties to, like, her powers are similar to, well, darkness. And she has this more of the childish, or kind of like the opposite of the how some anime characters have the or like I forget. There's a lot, but I could only list a few. Sorry. As the yeah. So yeah. She has or her personality is like calm, cool, collective kind of personality that she actually has feelings for Zuko. And she knows who Zuko is. Because because yeah, a whole different person. So, a time skip to All Might versus All for One. And so, yeah. So, All for One. So, All Might was down. As All for One says, it's time for you to die. And before I kill you, there's one thing, or maybe two, things that you need to know. The masked man was a masked kid that was massacring all the villains. His name is Zuko Midoriya. Behind the mask. And 2, he is not quirkless. His quirk, as he looks at Asashi, your son's quirk was stolen from without you even knowing that. As everybody thought, okay, as a black mist formed around All for One, it canceled the noise out of who he was before. As a shadowy figure came up. As he says, spreading rumors isn't good for you. You used the Quark Doctor to steal my quirk. As a big black mist, I'm not even human anymore. And Zuko looks at the... Yeah. As All for One looks in horror. As the... Or let me rephrase that. He looks scared out of his mind. That's what the term means. As he sees a white-haired, black eyes, or black on the outside, green on the inside, white-faced Zuko Midoriya with black clothes, similar outfit to what this guy's wearing. As he says, no one can hear you screams. As Zuko pulls out, or his left leg caught on fire. Air of black flames encoded with Zuko's, as he kicks All for One right in the chest, sending him flying backwards. As what came out of the darkness, as Zuko's destructive power, as everyone was shocked, as they see in horror of the as he says, now it's time. I'm not gonna hold back. No one could stop me. Getting my revenge. Killing all of the villains. That's part of my reason. As he flies right to All for One. He used air jump thing. Roki Toki thing. Moonrock. I can't even say the name of it properly. So the moonwalk thing. as he flies, as he was mad. As Zuko, yeah, as All for One was like trying to figure out why Zuko's getting his revenge, as Zuko used the same technique as he spins around, as he generated enough flame, black flame, that could destroy the entire city, as everyone ran into panic, as it blew the hole right through All for One. Pause. Like right through the chest. Not as, or actually, it made All for One turn into a skeleton. The only thing that was keeping him alive was the helmet that was on his head. As the Zuko walks up, as he's about to destroys the helmet and ends the All for One's entire existence. But All for One begs him that if he wants to get his quirk back, go to the doctor thing. The quirk doctor. And Zuko stomps right there. He destroyed All for One's entire helmet. And now All for One was dead. Like, he was killed. Brutally murdered by Zuko Midoriya. As when he went to, or as he teleports away, aka ran really fast, and he shows up at the quirk doctor's. As the quirk doctor was terrified of Zuko's true powers. You never expected someone you take the quirk away from had this much power. Or the quirk that you stole wasn't just a normal quirk that, to my eyes, I see it as my own light to my own darkness. And you took it away. As the quirk doctor, or as Zuko says that the only way to make it out of this predicament that you are in. And All for One, the quirk doctor can't believe that as he knows that the Zuko will kill him. So he says, just do it, Zuko. I know that I will Now, as the good, or as the darkness, because once it evolved, so now Zuko has the powers to, or as before he even killed him, or before he killed the quirk doctor, Zuko's quirk came out of its display case, like jumps out and flies right in front of between Zuko, who's dark side, or between Zuko and the Quark Doctor, as a voice inside of his, or voice came out of the, yeah. So I'm gonna do anime characters and have no and have that are light. No, no, not that kind of light. That was are light. So, as a young man, and it's kind of like the opposite of I'm just gonna use this. As Zuko was the dark Zuko sees his own quirk right in front of him. As the him as the quirk says that you don't need to start killing anybody else anymore. Zuko. As Zuko is, I know it's not your it's not your decision about it. As he sorry. It's like how Zuko has, or it's like the Death Kid thing, where he has two sides, or no, two different like weapons, or both of them are the same. Like both of them are handguns, basically. Well, I'm sticking with that theme. So, Zuko's light side had Zuko's like basically light green hair, light green eyes, white on the outside, and the personality. So he basically has similar to. So the female version of the light of his quirk is similar to her. So yeah. As Zuko knows, who looks at the quirk as the darkness inside of his as as she wanted, or as the voice, as tears comes down the Zuku's face, but he was in control. She was, as she said, I did all this to have you back. Huh. To create the balance between him, as All for One says, I see that you have a darkness power inside you, Zuko. As the darkness sends the court doctor nailed to a wall, as they let him, as he or as Zuko says, let both of them have their conversation in peace. I'm sorry for that. As both females of his quirks, or his quirk and his power, or as he says to the quirk, I did it for, or we both did it for you. As a quirk, as he hugs his own quirk, as the quirk fused into his body, as Zuko's eyes as Zuko's had green hair, or his white hair turns back into green. His eyes turn white and green. As he still has some of the hatred that no one should ever take All for One, or no one takes hers quirks ever again. So when Zuko manifested, as Zuko's motivation, so for like the court doctor, Zuko grabs the court doctor as he says, as it gets dragged all the way to All Might versus All for, or no, he grabs the quirk doctor, drags him all the way to Tartarus, as he was mad at his clothes did change back to citizen clothes, so that the found the quirk doctor, as Sashi was, as everybody didn't know which guy was which, between as the actually the policeman is like, man, or chief of police looks at Zuko, the guy, or who was that masked man? As one of the questions was asked to the as the I saw him take away someone or my quirk, so and that masked man, that he all or mysterious guy, yeah, as he tells him who it was me. As they can't believe it. You, Zuko? It was you? Yeah. As the court doctor's like, yeah, I didn't realize that Zuko was balanced between his quirk and his actual powers. You know, if you guys, as everybody points their guns at him so that I'm in the good mood today. So those days that were before were my baddest days. So what are you gonna do now? Gonna treat my quirk for some dinner. Not eating her, but or actually not eating my quirk, to be exact. Huh? As Zuko was, but instead, yeah. So he went to a not fancy restaurant, the normal restaurant, because Zuko, who's his quirk, loves him when he's not so fancy. So they both Zuko was pretty powerful. So he walks away as someone shot their gun out, or the bullet right at him. As Zuko dodged the attack. As everyone can't believe it. As Zuko dodged the attacks. As he turns around, as he sees his smoke coming out of one of the guns, as Zuko's darkness came, or as he kicks the guy right in the chest, as he's like, sending him all the way across the world, or no, all the way across the city. And he went from the Tartarus to all the way to past even UA. He, yeah, all the way through. As everybody's like, man, his kicks are powerful. As chief of police says, how do you feel about going to UA? I would be honored to. And so he rolled into UA as Bakugo, who was mad that they quirkless, or he thought he was quirkless, but then when Bakugo walks up, quirkless deku. As, why are you here? As Bakugo says to Zuko. Quirkless. It's quite been a while since you actually, you never saw what I saw. What do you mean? As, I wasn't quirkless at all, actually, Bakugo. My quirk was stolen by the quirk doctor. Like how, you know how All For One was trying to take the quirk called One For All away from All Might? Yeah. Well, it's like that, but for me, because I didn't know that the quirk doctor did it. As Bakugo looks at Zuko, and then his mind was processing it, but he just realized, oh wait, you're saying, Zuko, that you were born with a quirk, but someone stole it, but you got it back. As Bakugo says, forgive me about that, I didn't know. Yeah. Oh, name. And the masked man, or everybody's still wondering what happened to the masked man. Where did he go after the well, as he tells them, if you really want to know who was that masked man, you're looking right at him. As he points to himself. Wait, so you're saying you're him? Yeah. I was influenced by darkness anyways, so. As darkness herself is like, hey, I'm not influencing you. You did it to yourself. As he telepathically tells her, it was just a joke, Gosh. Or actually the light side of her, or him, says it was just a joke that he did to making everyone feel that way. So, yeah. So Bakugo and everybody was like, oh boy. Yeah. So, there was 2 students from UA that really loves him. One of them is in Class 1B, named Reiko. Reiko. Yeah. Because when she heard that her boyfriend, she actually was in love with him before. And she didn't care about him, like if he was quirkless or quirked. Yeah. So, yeah. And number 2 was actually, normally it would be Momo, or no, normally it would be Ochako, but rest of you guys, the shippers for My Hero Academia, some of you tell or make like weird stories of, like, basically, I hope there's no like MHAMOMO and Zuko. You guys do like weird ships between Momo and Zuko kind. So let's do that. So yeah, so Momo had a humongous crush on him too. And he did not, or actually she didn't care if he was quirkless or quirked either. So there's 4 girls that really like him. His dark side, his light side, and Rinko and Momo. If you really want to push it further, Toga too. But I like even numbers, not odd numbers. Even numbers. Azuku was pretty happy with him. So, yeah. Zuku he caught up on all of his work before. And Zuku's, or so the pro heroes had more time to spare with for their personal lives thing. Because Zuko killed every villain. Yeah. And I will end it here. It's a cliffhanger. But and I'm saying cliffhanger, I'm not saying the N-word thing. Because because I want this channel to be clean and not demonetized. Some of it was due to having music playing in the background, the ones that I did not mean to have in the videos. So I apologize for that. So, without further ado, let's end this what if once and for all. And please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all of that fun stuff. And check out the 2 previous videos before. And catch you guys and girls laters.